So Cristiano Ronaldo this week has come out against pretty much everything to do with Manchester United. The facilities, the owners, the manager, his teammates, his former managers, his former teammates. Ronaldo has completely turned on Manchester United. Let's have a look at exactly what is going on, where this has come from, and what we can expect going forward. Let's have a full deep dive on this situation. So Philip Buckingham and Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic have done a fantastic piece detailing exactly what has gone on with Cristiano Ronaldo and this saga that is still unfolding with his interview with Piers Morgan. The interview hasn't even been released yet we know all of these quotes, all of these huge explosive moments that he's detailed alongside Piers Morgan. And make sure you check out that article as we sort of take a deep dive at exactly what is going on. So first of all, let's have a look at where and when. What is going on here? Cristiano Ronaldo has sat down with Piers Morgan to do what, by the sounds of it, is one of the most unplanned, unscripted interviews that we've seen in a long time, because Manchester United didn't know about this. Reportedly, George Mendes's agency didn't know about this. Obviously, longtime friend, partner financially with Cristiano Ronaldo and agent of Cristiano Ronaldo didn't know about this interview. This has sort of come out of nowhere. So they last sat down in 2019 when he and Piers Morgan shared the stage and did another interview. Morgan has declined to explain when this interview was filmed, this new interview, but it was apparently filmed sometime last week. Piers Morgan said, "I've done it recently, but that's between me and Cristiano Ronaldo." Apparently, the date of an interview is absolutely sacred, and obviously all the producers, editors, people who work at ITV that were working that day, the runners, all those people. It's between Ronaldo, Morgan, and probably 30 to 40 other people. Ronaldo asked him to do it, according to Piers Morgan. That's a pretty crucial part of this, because whilst I'm sure he was paid a hefty amount of money to do it, this is clearly something that Ronaldo wanted. This is information that he wanted out there. This is, not something that he's just decided to do on a whim. He's not been caught, cold by a paparazzi. This is an interview that he has set up, that he has decided to do. On the 16th of August, Ronaldo posted on Instagram and said that the truth would come in a couple of weeks. Now, obviously, he meant a couple of months, 3 months to be precise, until that information has come out in the full. Now, this is obviously the interview that was promised. So getting into the timing, like I said, make sure you check out this article from The Athletic. United had just beaten Fulham 2-1, a last-second winner by rising star Alejandro Garnacho, winning the day at Craven Cottage in similar, or sort of certainly suggestive of that famous winner that Cristiano Ronaldo scored at Craven Cottage to basically win Manchester United the title 14 years ago. After the game, funnily enough, Ten Hag came out and said, "We are now united, we have togetherness. The dressing room, the staff, the directors, the whole club and fans have togetherness." Now, for less than 24 hours later, your star player to come out and basically chop all that up. This togetherness that supposedly exists. Well, Ronaldo isn't together with you. Ronaldo doesn't think that you're a good manager, or that he respects you, or that you believe what he says about his life and his family. He doesn't think the chefs are good enough. He doesn't think facilities are good enough. That doesn't smack of someone that has this togetherness, this united feeling. And I'm sure that went some way to making Erik Ten Hag absolutely fuming. Now, there's a point where we can move on to that, where the idea and the suggestion is that Ten Hag is still of a similar mind to what he was at before. So he's already made it clear to United's hierarchy that he's happy for Ronaldo to move, and the interview given to Piers Morgan will only have entrenched that view. Now, there's actually a strange part of this. Apparently, that there's belief that such caustic comments, so the explosiveness of this interview, could actually have played into Ten Hag's hands. Making this separation between Ronaldo and the club more seamless, less pressure from within, less pressure from the fans to keep Ronaldo. Anyone that, almost anyone that would have defended Ronaldo had this interview not happened is now gone. For me, this almost gives Ten Hag a bit of a clear run at this. This is a little golden ticket for him, because he gets to do two things. He gets to establish his control on the team, his control on the squad. No one is bigger than the manager. No one is bigger than the club. You speak out against me, you're sacked. He can sell Cristiano Ronaldo, or potentially even terminate his contract over these comments. But in years gone by, if you'd have done that, you'd have had uproar. absolute uproar from fans, from players, from everyone inside the footballing world. If you'd have got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, even for a comment like this, it would still have turned some heads. Paired with the fact that now his playing days are past him, he's not really the player that he once was, this becomes what is still a quite politically powerful move for Ten Hag. He gets to, get rid of the biggest asset of the club, the most expensively paid player in the Premier League. He gets to get rid of him with almost no criticism. And yet he still gets some of that clout that comes with selling a player of Ronaldo's magnitude. So, I can more than believe that Ten Hag will actually look at this as potentially an opportunity to show his dressing room clout without having any of the backlash that would usually come with that. There is some scepticism apparently over Ronaldo's claim that he's been ill this week, which is why he didn't play on Thursday against Aston Villa or on Sunday against Fulham. His professionalism had already been questioned after the Spurs tunnel incident, refusing to come on as a sub and then walking off. Apparently Ten Hag disagrees with the disrespect claims that Ronaldo had put out there. He said, he doesn't respect me, so I will never respect him. That was Ronaldo on Ten Hag. Ten Hag disagrees with that, apparently made him captain in the game against Villa as a potential olive branch there. And Ronaldo, apparently, his claims that United didn't believe his daughter was ill during pre-season were also countered privately by the club. They refute that claim. They said that the time off was sanctioned by Ten Hag, and he only referenced personal reasons during the pre-season tour. He did not divulge any of the details of Ronaldo's situation. And just a couple more bits on that, actually. So here's a list of tweets and quotes from over the summer throughout July, detailing some of the ways Ten Hag spoke about Ronaldo, some of the ways that the club approached this situation with Ronaldo, where he declined to return to pre-season training due to the illness of his daughter. So this was on the 23rd of July. Man United, according to James Ducker from The Telegraph, Man United have been respectful of Ronaldo's personal circumstances, with this players' camp grateful to the way that Richard Arnold has handled the matter. Ten Hag had also said a couple of weeks before, so he's not with us. That's due to personal issues. We are planning with Ronaldo for this season. That's it. I'm looking forward to working with him. There was more from Fabrizio Romano, who said in the start of July as well that Ronaldo's absence from Man United's training was due to personal reasons and not directly related to a transfer. There was also a report, according to close friends, according to Duncan Castles, that Ronaldo's affection and respect for United's support remains as strong as ever. In addition to pursuing a transfer on sporting grounds, there are personal reasons for leaving after a difficult time for his family. So this idea that his personal reasons weren't listened to or heard by the manager and the board seemed to be certainly a change from what we heard from reliable journalists like James Ducker. Also, this idea that he didn't want to leave has been directly contradicted there by two different people. So, it sounds as though Ronaldo wanted to leave. He also said that he had these personal reasons why he didn't play, and the manager believed him, or certainly publicly backed him, said that he was looking forward to playing with him, and that he believed those personal reasons. So it's difficult for Ronaldo to stand there and say they didn't believe me, when publicly Erik Ten Hag did that. What do the players think? So, according to The Athletic, again, the players found Ronaldo's tunnel incident unprofessional. The squad consensus is that Ronaldo is trying to force a move, and they are surprised by the timing. The players feel that the spirit is being built under Ten Hag, and they want to move on from this episode to avoid jeopardising the mood. The attack on Rooney in particular was also considered needless. Some of his teammates watched Ronaldo's interview on their phones on the way back from the Fulham game on Sunday night, so no doubt that coach was, an absolute laugh. Interesting, this clip around Fernandes and Ronaldo meeting in the dressing room, for the Portugal camp for the World Cup. Some comments claiming that this was an awkward interaction, others saying that Ronaldo made a joke about Bruno taking a long time to get there from his flight from England. So I think that's one of those that was maybe sort of blown up slightly needlessly there. And here's the other thing. United are considering legal action. So not just is Ten Hag willing to sell him, not just is the players maybe disappointed with this situation, United are considering legal action. Ronaldo's deal is likely to include terms which mean that he could well have breached his contract by undertaking an interview with United's permission. Its content, so critical of his employers, could constitute misconduct. Richard Arnold, United's chief exec, will have the ultimate decision. He will doubtless consult the club's legal team and could even be considering terminating the player's contract 7 months before it's due to expire. United could have also had the power to hit Ronaldo with a maximum fine of 2 weeks, which would be roughly £900,000. There's also a suggestion in January that the player should be sold or I say sold, United would apparently allow him to leave on a free. So obviously that contract would have to be taken somewhere else or renegotiated, but United would not command a transfer fee for Ronaldo. Apparently, there is still some doubt about whether United would be willing to pay him off. They'd rather not do that. Man United would rather not pay his £450,000 a week, 7-month deal. They'd rather not give him that money, and I think a transfer away from Old Trafford would be preferred over that termination of contract if that meant paying him off. Apparently, in the summer, Ronaldo was unable to drum up the necessary interest to force a move away from United ahead of the season, despite Chelsea, Sporting Lisbon, Napoli and Borussia Dortmund all being sounded out. The only firm offer came from Saudi Arabian side Al Hilal, which obviously Ronaldo clearly didn't want to join. Bayern Munich have also indicated they're not interested in signing him. The willingness to accept a pay cut on the wages currently paid by United could see minds change in the winter window, especially if Ronaldo had the flexibility of signing as a free agent, and a strong World Cup with Portugal might also bring the suitors out. But again, this is a player that believes he's still at the standards he was 2 or 3 years ago, and doesn't seem to be willing to take a drop in stature in terms of football, and yet the clubs that he would probably like to join don't seem particularly interested in signing him. This is the thing. United staff haven't seen Ronaldo since Wednesday. He's then done this interview. He clearly wants to leave. Ten Hag clearly wants to get rid of him, as we've heard in this article, again from The Athletic. Make sure you check that out. This situation is over, isn't it? Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United is over. And it's a shame it had to go this way. And it's a shame that he has to do it with someone that most United fans aren't keen on in Piers Morgan, in a way that no United fan can be happy with. Just hours after a young star at Manchester United has scored what could be a breakthrough goal for him in his career, it all has to come crashing down because Cristiano Ronaldo wants to slag off his current employers. I think this is the end for Cristiano Ronaldo. The full interview obviously isn't even out yet. I'm not going to plug when that is or who that's with, but we'll all see the quotes, I'm sure. But yeah, this seems like the players aren't particularly happy. The manager clearly isn't happy. United are exploring options, whether we could terminate his contract or sell him on a free this summer, allowing him to leave if a substantial offer comes in. But yeah, Ten Hag's fuming. But like we said before, this might just be that perfect little moment where Ten Hag gets to do something that's seemingly courageous, that's seemingly difficult, dropping and selling the biggest star in the history of football, whilst at the same time remaining the backing and keeping the backing of the players, the squad and the club as a whole. This could be an absolute masterstroke for Erik Ten Hag if it works out the way it looks like it could. Hit the like button, hit subscribe as well if you haven't already. Give me your thoughts on this whole situation. If there's anything we missed out, if there's any points there that we should have gone over, please let us know in the comments below. But that is the latest with Cristiano Ronaldo. What is going on, what has happened, and what we can expect this January. We'll see you in a bit.